welcome back to my channel. So today, you guys, I am going to do something a little different. I'm gonna do a story time because let me tell you, I just recently went on a trip to Atlanta. I just needed a vacation, and I definitely enjoyed it, but there were some crazy things that happened to me while I was out there. So if you guys want to hear this story about how I almost died, ciao, keep watching. Okay, you guys, so I decided to take a trip to Atlanta. Now, this is not just any trip because I was looking for apartments. I'm looking to move out from New York City, period. So I was like, you know what, let me go to ATL, have a little me-cation. I went by myself, and you know, in the process, let's look for apartments as well. So, you know, I had a few apartments lined up, blah, 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 you know, and I was just relaxing. I was just enjoying my time. As a mom, you kind of need that time to yourself to just get away. And that's kind of like what I did with it. So, fast forward, I'm there like about 2 days already. And I'm just in my hotel room because my friends are busy. I'm just chilling in the room. And I get this call, wow, 333. So I get this call from somebody. It's a Jersey number. And I'm thinking it's somebody that I knew that lives in Jersey, but it wasn't. So I answer it. I'm like, hello? And this person is like, oh my God, you're so beautiful. Like, wow, like I love your edges. And I'm just like, what? First of all, that's a turn off. I don't like when people say stuff about my hair. Like all types of hair is beautiful. You feel me? Everybody has edges. I mean, hell, you can make edges, you can make fake edges nowadays with wigs and it still looks just as good. But anyway, so I'm like, who is this? Like, how did you get my number? Like, I don't know you. And he's like, oh, I got it off Instagram. I'm like, Instagram? What? My phone is on Instagram? I didn't know this. But he was like, yeah, you should delete it because I don't want nobody else hitting you up. I'm like, excuse me? I know you lying. Like, you can't tell me who to talk to. I'm not your girl. I'm nothing to you. Well, anyway. So he's just, you know, asking me questions, and I'm checking my Instagram in the meantime because I'm like, I gotta take that off. Like, I don't want nobody having my number. I'm very picky on who I give my number to. So that was very weird to me. But yeah, I had it as a business account. I have my profile as a business account, and that's why that happened. So if you have your page as a business account or like, you know, creator account, whatever, be careful because sometimes your number gets added on there and you don't want that. You don't want random people hitting you up. So just even that he had the balls to do that was ridiculous to me. Huge red flag. And then the way he was talking, it was just, So he already had my number or whatever. He's like, oh, it's my birthday weekend or whatever. I'm going out tomorrow. I think it was that day. No, it was that same day. He was like, yeah, I'm going out or whatever. You should come out with me. And I was like, I don't know. I was a little skeptical at first. So I didn't know what I was gonna do. And so yeah, I was just like, I don't know. Like, I don't even know you. He's like, you can trust me. Like, why you acting like that? He was very like defensive about everything I said. It's like he had a reaction for absolutely everything I said. Lord Jesus, I don't know how I didn't see the signs at first, but now that I think about it, it's like, bitch, what the fuck was you thinking? So anyway, because the story just gets worse and worse, y'all. It gets worse. So I decided to hang out with my friend. He showed up around like 12 a.m. We decided to go grab something to eat. And he's still hitting me up, the guy that randomly called me, and he's like, yo, come out, like, I'm gonna come scoop you up, da, da, da. I'm like, I'm not giving you my address, like, are you crazy? He's like, you think I'm gonna kill you or something? Like, he was just overreacting. And I'm like, That's not the point. The point is I don't know you. And you think I'm just gonna give you my location? Like, are you dumb? So he's like, all right, just cab it over here or whatever. So I'm like, I don't even want to do that. But I spoke to my friend, and my friend was like, yeah, just do it. Just make sure that there's a lot of people where you're at. And I was like, well, yeah, I already decided to go out with my other friends, so too late, whatever. Well, my crazy ass had a few drinks. I was turned up, and I decided to hit him up. He was already in the club and everything. It was 2 a.m. So he was like, oh, I was like, what are you doing? He's like, everybody's here with their ladies and stuff. I'm the only one here with nobody. I'm like, all right, whatever. I'm gonna pull up on you. So he's like, all right, the Uber will be on the way. So he already had my address. Keep this in mind for what's coming later. He already had my address. So I end up going, and they're already leaving the club. So I'm like, why the hell did I come here? Like, this is where the story goes from like 0 to 100. So I'm just waiting outside because there's no point of going to the club. I mean, the club was closing. So I'm like, why did you make me come here if the shit is about to close? So he's like, nah, chill. Like, we going to a hotel now. I'm like, what? What the fuck you think I'm about to do? Like, well, my crazy ass was drunk. This is what I was thinking in my head, but I ended up going. So I sit in the front of the car, and he's like, what you doing? Come to the back. I'm like, who the hell is this nigga talking to in my head? But then I start to feel like uncomfortable. He had tequila in his hand. He's like, hold it for me, hold the cup for me. And he pulls out a gun. I cannot make this up. He pulls out a gun, y'all. I'm like, oh my God, I'm about to die. This is when the drunkenness, woo, that shit went away like this. Now I was on survival mode. So I hear the click click. I'm like, oh yeah, it's time to go. It's time to go. So my ass said, oh, a bitch is getting a lift. Wait till I get out the fucking cab. So, yeah, so his cousin started driving all types of reckless. And he was aiming the gun at my leg. And I was like, can you please put that away? Like, he was drunk too. I didn't want him to shoot me. I didn't want to have a Megan moment. So I was like, listen, we not about to play those type of games. Like, put that shit away, please. He was getting defensive about that. He like, I'm Brooklyn nigga. Oh yeah, that's another thing. He had a Jersey number, but he's from Brooklyn. I don't know what the hell was going on with this dude. So he was like, I'm a Brooklyn nigga. I gotta stay strapped. You know, there's niggas out there that want to line me up. Da, da, da. I'm like, oh, hell nah. So you're just basically telling me that you're problematic, you're toxic. And at this point, I'm like, what the fuck am I doing here? Like, what am I doing here? And I wasn't even attracted to him. It was just more so that I wanted to enjoy my time in Atlanta while I was there. But that was the wrong person to do it with. Let me just say that. So I'm like, okay, put it away. Cause I'm not, what you think I'm gonna do? You think I'm gonna lie to you? The fuck? I didn't say that because he would have gotten crazy, I'm pretty sure. So, he puts it away. And then, you know, we get in the highway or whatever. His cousin is driving reckless and he's rolling up some weed. And I'm like, here we fucking go. I always tell guys, I do not like to be around smoke. I hate inhaling it. I just don't like it. Point blank, period. And they always do it. It's so, I find that very disrespectful. If I ask you that I'm uncomfortable being around something or I don't like it and you still do it in my face, I'm gonna take that shit as a sign of disrespect. So to me, when I asked him, oh, can you not do that? Like, that's bothering me. He's literally getting defensive about that too. He's like, oh, you so dramatic, da da da. Now his cousin, the one that's driving reckless, his cousin, they're both ganging up on me, talking about you so dramatic, you just need to relax, like you doing the most, da da da. I'm like, bruh, all I said was that I don't like it. I don't want to be around it. Why is that so hard to understand for people that smoke or whatever? Like, why is that so complicated to understand? Well, they kept on doing it until that shit turned to a damn clip. So I'm like, great, here, like, whatever. So boom, we get to the hotel, and he's like, get out the car. And I'm like, yo, this nigga is something else. I don't know who. I don't know what kind of girls he be dealing with, but he ain't never gonna hear from me again. So, I get out the car, because I'm like, at this point, I don't want to, like, the way you've been acting to everything I say, I don't want him to get out of character with me. That's number one. He was strapped. So, as soon as I saw that he was strapped, I'm watching what the fuck I say. And 3, ain't nobody about to kill me, shoot me, none of that. I'm getting the hell out of here, and I'm getting out safely. So we get to the hotel, and I'm in the lobby at this point. And I see that his cousin walks to the front desk, and he paid, I can't make this up, y'all, right in front of me. He paid his room. And I'm like, oh God, this is just a child. This is literally a child. Like, I don't like dealing with, this is why I deal with older men, because you ain't even got it yourself to pay a room, and you're talking about, oh, I want to do this for you, I want to do that for you, and you ain't got it? What? And your cousin is paying your room. Make it make sense. So boom, I end up going upstairs to the room. I don't know why I did this. I just thank God that I am alive today. So I go to the room, and there's 2 beds. So at least he got the 2 bed. Because I was not sleeping with nobody. I'm not that kind of chick. You're not about to sleep with me and think you're going to have your way with me. No. I wasn't even planning on staying, to be honest. So, I sit on one side, and he's like, just, you know, I guess putting his gun away and doing all that shit and whatever. And then he starts talking about, so I wanted to talk to you about something. I'm like, okay, what? Mind you, I'm sitting on the other side. So he's like, well, I wanted to tell you about, like, this card thing I do. So me and my cousin, we made 60 bands the other day, You and your cousin made $60,000. You and your cousin made $60,000, but you couldn't pay your own room? Make it make sense. Make it make sense. So he's like, yeah, he starts asking me about my credit. He's asking me what bank account I use. He's asking me about my social. I'm like, yeah, I don't know what you think this is, but I'm from New York City, okay? I know a lot of scammers, and you are that, and you're not about to get me, boo. No, you're not. He's like, yeah, you could get 3 bands and I get 2 bands or whatever. And then I'm planning on going to Los Angeles. I want you to come with me or whatever. You my baby, you my girl. I want to buy you a bag. I'm like, nigga, I'm not your girl. Like, he was just moving so fucking fast, and I was so fucking confused, okay? I was ready to get the fuck up out of there. When I heard him start talking about my account and all this personal stuff, I checked my phone. I was like, oh, yeah. And he took my phone from me. When I started checking my phone, he like, yeah, let me see your bank account, I'm like panicking. So, I took my phone again, because I'm like, why do you keep grabbing my phone? This is mine. Like, please don't touch my phone. And he's like, I'm talking to you, like, and you got a headphone in. I guess he heard the music. I wasn't even paying attention to that, y'all. In my head, I was already planning my exit, because I'm like, oh, hell nah, I cannot stay here, because he gonna scam me, and you're not about to finesse. Like, I've been around this, been there, done that. Like, not that I've scammed anybody, I haven't done that, but I know people that do it. You know, I've been asked to do it multiple times out here. So it's like, you really think I'm about to do this with you? I'm not fucking dumb. You should have gotten one of them other girls out here in ATL. They probably don't know how you work, but I know how you work. You from New York, and you moving exactly like them. But one thing I will say, I have never seen somebody so bold in my life. It's like he put out the gun when we met. It's like he took out that gun to scare me or something, like to force me into doing it, you know, to put some fear in me. And now that I think of it, but yeah, you're not about to finesse a finessa. Like, I know the game, so you're not about to play me. So yeah, as soon as he started talking about that, I took my phone, went to Lyft, and the Lyft said 22 minutes, y'all. 22 minutes. Yeah, I was ready to get the fuck up out of there as soon as he started saying that. So he's yelling at me because my headphone, my music is going off, and I didn't really hear it. Like, I wasn't paying attention to him or the music, even though I was looking at him and nodding, yeah, oh, that's a great idea. Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. I wasn't paying attention to either one of them. I was paying attention to my mind. My mind was like, listen, this is the plan, girl. This is what we gonna do. So once the Lyft said 2 minutes, because it was 22 minutes, it was 22 minutes, y'all, keep in mind. Once that shit say 2 minutes, you gonna act like you want some ice. So I was like, oh yeah, I'm talking in my head, I'm talking to myself, but I'm nodding to him like, and so he thinks I'm listening to him. I'm in my head. I'm like, bitch, we getting the fuck out of here ASAP. So I guess the cab comes. I check my phone again. He took my phone from me. And I'm like, damn, a Lyft notification better not pop up, because if it pops up, I'm dead. He gonna knock my ass out and I'm gonna have to stay here. And he probably gonna do something even worse. So I was very scared when he took my phone that second time. So he throws it in the bed like he don't want me to use my phone. And I'm just like, what the fuck is he doing? Like, why does he keep doing this? So I grab my phone again and I see that the Lyft says 2 minutes. I went to go check it again. So this is when I asked, I'm like, is there ice in here? He's like, nah, I think it's outside. You leaving? You leaving? You leaving? I'm like, oh hell no. In my mind, I'm like, what the fuck? So I'm like, no, I'm not leaving. Calm down. Like, I'm gonna just go get some ice. Bitch, I was leaving. So what I did was I ran out the door, I clicked the elevator, and then he opened the door to see what I was doing, and I walked down the hallway a little bit more. I just clicked the elevator so I could hear the ding and then run in. But yeah, I was in the hallway just acting like I was looking for the ice. So he's like, you leaving, you leaving? He's still asking me this with the door open out the hallway. And I'm like, I'm not leaving, I'm looking for the ice. Child, when I heard that ding, I ran in that motherfucking elevator so fast. Y'all don't even know. Y'all don't even know. I thought I was gonna die. Cause I really had to plan this out like this, because I really thought he was about to take his gun out and be like, bitch, you not going nowhere. And when I tell you that's something I would never do in my life, like, I was really playing with my life that day, and I would never do that again. I was so scared. I was so scared. I ran. When I got out the elevator, I ran. The person at front desk, they was looking at me like, hi. And I'm like, hi, bye. I'm not staying here, period. So y'all, I cannot make this up. I see a big ass truck and I'm hiding right next to the trunk, just in case he came down and was looking for me. So he starts texting me, calling me, all of that. And I see the cab across the street. So I ran across the street and I got in the cab. And I told the cab, go, hurry up, okay? And I told the cab driver my story. He like, girl, you crazy. You can't be doing stuff like that. He like, you too pretty to be doing stuff like that. These people are crazy out here. I'm like, yes. I'm like, we just having a whole conversation. At this point, I'm just scared and I'm ready to get to my hotel and check the hell out. And this is why I did that. When he got me the Uber to go to the club, I had to give him my address. And the fact that he was this crazy to like meet up with me and call me his girlfriend and want to take a trip to Los Angeles after this trip, and after doing all that, telling me about the scam and stuff, I was like, oh yeah, bitch, you gotta get the hell up out of here, because he gonna come look for you. So that's what I did. I got there and I packed my bags. I packed my bags so fast. I was like, yeah, let's go. I told them, I was like, I need to check out right now. They was like, okay, cool. And I got me a hotel downtown Atlanta, and it was very nice. I enjoyed my time there, but that night I could not sleep. I could not sleep at all. I just packed myself up, waited till it was 12, and I left. I left and never looked back, okay? So yeah, he was calling me the next day. He was like, you're weird. Why would you just leave like that? He was still, even after he insulted me, he was still FaceTiming me. And I was like, oh yeah, I gotta block him. I blocked him on Instagram, blocked him on my phone, all of that. Because it was just like, what is wrong with you? Like, I left. That means I don't like you. So why you still hit me up? Child. I was like, listen, I don't know what got into me, because I never do things like that. I'm very on guard about meeting strangers, especially strangers on the internet. I don't know what happened to me this time, but let me tell you something, it ain't happening again. Because I feared for my life that day, for real. Like, my dad, I even told my dad what happened. He was like, oh yeah, you're not moving to Atlanta because you don't even know nobody there. He was panicking. And my dad was literally calling me up until I got back home. Like, he was like, I'm not gonna be able to sleep until you come back. Like, what is you doing? Where are you going? Who you with? He wanted to know everything. Mind you, I'm a whole adult. But, you know, I understand now. Like, it's like your child tell you that, you gonna be scared. Like, you know, you're not gonna take that shit lightly. So yeah, you guys, that was my story. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Am I crazy or not? Like, you know, I know I'm crazy, but yeah, that was a lot. That was too much, even for anybody. Like, ladies, be safe, because these men out here are trifling, okay? Trifling. He wanted to put my ass in jail. Like, basically, I'm not no damn scammer. I got so many sources of income. Like, I don't need to do that. So that was just crazy. That was a huge, like, God was with me that day, okay? Like, I really believe that, because it was just crazy. But yeah, you guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. You know, I know it was crazy. It was a lot going on. And I'm gonna continue my search in ATL. I have a few other places in mind, but yeah, you know, I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will see you guys at the next video. Mwah. Bye.